Learning to read a book by Cupiderosbooks. Video 4, or Chapter 4. Characters. Keep track of a character's growth. How is your character different in Chapter 3 than she was in Chapter 1? How is she different at the end as opposed to the middle of the work? In particular, consider what new approaches to women's lives and new ways of viewing experiences we can learn from these female characters. The latest Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi, from others' point of view, raised questions about the regressive character arc of the main, much like earlier first trilogy characters, shown and demonstrated how the character's progression changed drastically. Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Yoda, and all did things against their earlier growth and gave up their nobility. They essentially grew backwards, destroying their earlier history. Expectedly, most Star Wars fans dislike the movie and the character's arc. Structure, we talked about in video 3, probably is the cause for this. This destroyed their character arc development. Moviegoers may never know why this happened. The setting remained pretty much the same, the theme remained the same, and the plot remained the same. The lesbian character, The Last Jedi, suffered from a lack of depth or character development. She violates the rules of training time established in the first trilogy, which Joseph Campbell helped Lucas develop a hero's journey arc. Instant development of The Last Jedi's major character, Rey, fundamentally makes her a Mary Sue. When you examine how the character was different in Chapter 1 or Act 1 and Chapter 2 or Act 2, she essentially becomes Superman. These types of leaps also happen in social justice warrior, conservative, or liberal arguments. Are these characters archetypes? Sometimes characters represent archetypes or messages about life. They are universal in general and very old. A thief represents a lowly, sneaky character who does not feel for others. Cops represent law and order. Heroines and heroes, when properly crafted, represent the spiritual nature of good at work in the universe. Women may represent motherhood or caring. However, be careful not to just accept archetypal meanings. In this way, the messages inside the text can take on newer meanings for newer times and reflect the changes occurring in society. What archetypes are present? 8 basic archetypes for women and men exist. The female crusader or male warrior, they are the fighters against injustice. The female nurturer, the male swashbuckler. The problem solvers, they do no fretting, they just get to solving a problem. The free spirit female, the bad boy male, those who cannot be pinned down in life. The female boss, the male chief, the leaders. The female waif, the male lost soul, the black sheep, the isolationist. The female librarian, the male professor, the thinkers. The female smoky kid, the male best friend, the confident best buddy on the journey, and the female seductress, and the male charmer, the flirters. These are the heroine and heroes by Tammy D. Cowan. You can find her book on Amazon. Just Google it. And I want to add that these 8 characters have an evil side represented by 16 types of villains. You'd have to get her book, Fallen Warriors, 16 Master Villain Archetypes, again by Tammy D. Cowan. The female fanatic, the male sadist, fighters against injustice from the villain's point of view. The female matriarch, the male terrorist, problem solvers, they do no fretting. The female lunatic, the male bastard, those who cannot be pinned down in life. The female bitch, the male tyrant, the leaders. the female parasite, the male outcast, the black sheep and isolationist, the female schemers, the male genius, the thinkers, the female backstabber, the male traitor, the confident best buddies on the journey, and the female black widow, and the male, the devil, the flirters. So look up the hero and heroine's character book on Google for these, and you'll find Tammy D. Cowan is the author, and it's a great book. Those are two good books. Are these archetypes convincing? What images always become archetypes, and what stops them from becoming an archetype? What archetypes scream for an updated interpretation? Ask yourself, when does this character enter and exit the text? This will scientifically tell you a lot about the character's meaning in the story. Luke's existence in The Last Jedi was particularly disappointing and without enough story to make the characters or readers feel satisfied. Characters are presented along with their arguments. You can examine how in a debate the character, whether they are ideals of people, were developed. Apparently, from the conservative SJW point of view, the liberal SJW point of view cannot develop sound logos arguments, and so resort to name calling or ethos. Bottom line, when reading, ask 9 questions about the main character. What do they want? Why do they want it? Who is standing in the way of the characters achieving their goals? Is the character qualified to achieve the goal? When will the character give up? When will the character fight back? What is the character waiting for? Where does the character see herself or himself in their universe? And is the character on a destiny journey or a fate journey? This ends video 4 of reading a book by Cupiderosbooks.